The video that comes next is going to be huge. I have a number of clips from Brad Garlinghouse. I have David Schwartz clips. Besides that, I have some audio clips that talk about Bitcoin payments and banks. Also, Gary Gensler is being talked about by the head of SVI. There's also this really cool video of Christian Carlo, who used to be the head of the CFTC, making a great comment about institutions and blockchain. You need to see the whole thing. I'm going to start now. Let's go. This is from Good Morning Crypto. BNY Mellon is the biggest bank in the world. The biggest bank that stores assets says that 97% of asset managers think that tokenization will change the way money is handled. The leaders of 97% of the world's institutions think that tokenization is the way of the future. So Bitcoin is the way of the future. That's why we're here. That's what we want to do, right? BNY Mellon's head of digital asset goods leaves real life on January 29th, 2024 for Ripple or XRP. I think that this will be done with tokenized goods, and I think you would agree if you knew where the money was going. That's what this clip is about. It is the biggest custodial bank in the world. They're the bank that your business banks with. A study was also done with big asset managers to find out what they thought about this area. That report also found that 97% of asset managers think that tokenization will change the way asset managers do their jobs. These are the biggest asset managers, the ones with more than $1 trillion. All of them are interested in this space. I don't know about you, but I've always been told to follow the money. Tokenization is something that everyone is interested in. To quickly explain this to people who don't know what tokenization is, this is what you have. The object is both on the blockchain and in real life. It's common for a stock or bond to come with some kind of paperwork that either the institution keeps or you get directly that says, hey, your blank owns 10 Ripple shares or whatever it is the stock or bond you have is worth $1 million at this percentage rate. So when you talk about tokenization, you're putting that thing on the blockchain. In other words, that value can change right away. In real life, the piece of paper goes from one place to another or from one person to another. It does this at regular speeds, right? The value of that asset is stored on the blockchain. It might take a few days to get to you or be transferred over on a computer system, but the value of that asset is quadrillions of dollars. This is because of the stock market, bond market, derivatives market, money market, equity funds, and all the new ETFs that are being made. You have gold, silver, and land. You can make fast cars. Forkins can be used for many things. I'm seeing jewelry and certain high-end watches. You will be able to do it, and corporations and businesses will also be able to tokenize their value. Really, there's no end. It can be used for things we haven't even thought of yet. This makes you think about where we'll be in 5 or 10 years. As all of this money is added to certain ledgers, there will no longer be a single record that controls them all. People will be able to use Quant, XLM, XDLM, XDC, XRP, and other great assets in a shared environment that works with everything else. XRP is said to have it all by many people who are in the same group. Not true, that's not right. You want everyone to see it. Because that's what will make this more fair in cities and level the playing field for everyone. You want multiple LTs to be shared across various ecosystems. This is where the money goes. If you do watch the money, you should also keep an eye on the big moves of top executives, as that is often another sign. This is one. The head of digital assets products at BNY Mellon is leaving to work for, you guessed it, Ripple. Do you all see this? I mean, I hope you're thinking as you watch this right now. This could be the part of the market that really starts to move when it comes to real-world assets and tokenized stocks. See this? See this? Okay, Christian Carlo, who used to be head of the CFTC, made such a great speech that I had to play it for you. Let's begin. This is not just a system that will make financial markets faster and more well-run. Access to capital that is wider, more inclusive, and more direct. But it will also help officials do their jobs a lot better. Why do I say that? Because finally, they won't have to rely on middlemen to tell them everything that's going on. They will be able to be nodes in blockchains and see action. This will change the type of regulation from entity-based to activity-based. And hopefully that will come with the right amount of protection for people who are in the market. Regulators can now keep an eye on the flow of transactions without revealing who they are. They can only reveal identities when there is a strong case under the Constitution, and they can do their job to stop fraud and market manipulation. That's why this is a great chance. We will take our time with this new building. Later, we'll talk about all the changes from last week. But I think the one thing that still needs to break is regulators to move on from, okay, reluctantly, we need to weak to regulators weak. I think that person sucked near the end there. Why did you have to play it again? Listen to what he has to say. That was pretty strong stuff he said, right? The way officials work now is kind of like enforcement. Now they can see what's happening right now and make the bad guys follow the rules instead of just saying, oh, there's got to be smoke over there. There must be a fire. We need to go sue them and waste 3 years of court time. people like me and extra fielders lost billions of dollars because of the SEC. Let's get this straight. Altogether, they cost us billions of dollars. Why did they do that? Because they were angry, because they were corrupt, or because they weren't trying to follow the rules and do the right thing? If they were, they would have started an investigation into Ethereum, because everyone knows what Ethereum did. Also, they know that, but they don't want to look into their own, do they? And I think that's what's pretty bad about being an average XRP holder that we had to go through. And Ethereum gets away with everything, which makes me sick. Let's tell the truth. It seems like most of you don't know what you're putting in. Someone may have sent you a link or said something about this coin in a YouTube movie. You jump right into the project without doing the research you need to make sure you know everything you need to know to make a good choice about joining a crypto project, which is what I think you should do. Check Twitter. It's your job to. Make sure that the team and group can have good conversations on Telegram, right? If the team doesn't have good access to or experience talking to the community, they won't be able to build a big community behind them, and the token won't really go anywhere. That's why you need to understand all of these different aspects and check all of these different things. This is how you can spot multiple scams in crypto. A lot of the time I see new crypto projects launch with Twitter accounts that were made maybe 5 years ago. Scammers buy or take over Twitter accounts that have, a following of people who are years old. That's a very easy way to see if the project is real. Also checking the website and, different deals or relationships and making sure of that by going to LinkedIn. All of these things can help you be sure that you know what you're getting into first. You want to be the person in the crypto space who makes enough money to never work again. There is a way to do that, but you have to put in time and work. All of those things can be done with our help. If you want to join our great group, the link is at the bottom of the page. Boom. Greg Garlinghouse says in a roundabout way that the case will end this summer with a fine of a few $1 million, not billions. Let me play this. When it came to retail use, XRP wasn't a coin. For organizations, things were different. What's going on with that case now? Right now, the court said that XRP is not a protection on its own, and the judge made this very clear. That's all we care about. It was like, these are technologies that should be left alone to grow and develop. And again, it's the march of those tools, the progress that I see. We think that the case between Ripple and the SEC is mostly over. I think most of that went to Ripple. In one case, the court made a decision about an institutional sale and something called an investment contract, which is a contract. The deal might be a security, and those sales were thought to not be listed as security sales. We're now in the last, let's say, half mile of that race. I think things will get better, hopefully this summer. The SEC wanted $2 billion in fines. As far as I can tell, that number will be in the millions, not the billions. Also, I think it's silly to ask for that when there aren't even any accusations or findings of guilt, being careless, committing trickery, or any of those things. In the other towns they've worked on, only a small part of what was at stake was shown. For that reason, I think it's just a show. Okay, Brad, you said it well. That was very good. As a conclusion, David Schwartz says that the XRP ledger is like the internet. He adds, I would like to see the XRP providing a significant fraction of those investing DeFi experiences. I'll play this now. We are going to talk about it. I'd like to see Ripple putting together business involvement in DeFi. Being a one-stop shop for businesses that want to join the DeFi ecosystem, using Ripple schools and technologies with the XRP ledger, giving them access to many of the features they want, and also letting them use any other services they want as well. It's not just Amazon or Twitter that's great about the internet. It's everything. The great thing about the web is that everything is the same. It's the place for everything. And I think we need a place where everyone can get to whatever they want.